a question from our online audience for KSU. What are your thoughts about shutting down Substation and any thoughts about its continuation?
Yeah, I was very sad about the substation being closed down. It was a decision that was made by the authorities. Substation had served Singapore very well, actually, as a really hotbed of discussion, of inviting all different points of view, actually, not just presenting one, not just the liberal point of view, but an open discussion between people through artistic endeavor, or discussion itself, you know. Sometimes after the pieces of theatre that were held, discussions were open and people could talk freely among each other. And it was a wonderful space, actually. I think it was created by Ko Pao Kun, and it was precisely for that. That intention was to open up discussion, so we discussed things in Singapore. Yeah, there was an artistic bent to it, but it was very sad when that happened. There were so many of the artists who had been involved in the history of the substation and what the good that it was doing, connecting Singaporeans through ideas and welcoming all the ideas, all the diversity of ideas. And yet, the final result is the closing down. And to be honest, I was sad, but I wasn't surprised, because that's the direction I have seen from the Singapore authorities since I was young. You know, I come from a family where my father used to really look up to the PAP figures, especially Lee Kuan Yew, and later in his life he said he's become arrogant, he's become a tyrant. My father died like really very heavily critical of not only Lee Kuan Yew, but of the PAP authority, you know, when they were serving themselves more than the people. You know, is the thing that I said before. So
that's your father's view.
Yeah. So, you know, I had a quandary, because when my father died, I was already influenced by my father, and I thought I was getting very emotional about it, so I would try to be the devil's advocate for myself and say, maybe it's not all so bad, maybe Dad is wrong about a few things, and I don't want to be just loyal to Dad in my thinking. And I think he's been proved right to me as time has gone on beyond his death.
I think, Alfian, you got some thoughts about, you know, follow up to
the
him.
substation.
Or any, sorry, you would like to?
Sorry, I need to clarify something which KSU said about the substation.
Oh, okay. We'll bring the mic round to you, but let me just hear from Alfian first. Alfian, would you like to? Then I will. You want to share your thoughts?
No. I think definitely there was a collective mourning from the arts community about the closing of the substation, because it was such a special place where the arts and activism could coexist, and civil society could coexist, right? So some of my most magical moments at the substation was, for example, we had a peace concert when the US invaded Iraq, for example, and I think that was the only space in the whole of Singapore where people could actually gather and express their objections, right, towards this unilateral invasion. And I wonder, I mean, today we've had Russia invading Ukraine, and I really do feel that sense of loss, you know, like a sense of where is the gathering place for people to come together and see, you know, other people and express some form of solidarity. And I think we need that so much as human beings, right? To comfort one another and to know that in our griefs there are other fellow human beings who feel the same way. It was a wonderful, magical space for me. A lot of its artistic directors were also public intellectuals, people like Ko Pao Kun, Lisa Sitaran, Lee Weng Choi. And I think in the past few years there have been a loss of these spaces. So Substation is one of them, Yale and US, right? So it's been quite difficult, I think, for quite a lot of people. Yeah.
I think you would like to ask a question, yes?
No, okay. Sorry, I just need to respond to something which KSU said as a factual error.
Sure.
So I'm KC Chew. I was the chairman of the substation for 20 years. KSU, you just mentioned said that the government shut it down So that's not correct. The board made the decision to close the substation.
I see.
However, it is partially correct, because why did the board make the decision to close the substation? You see, what happened was the substation occupied this location, this site, this place at 45 Armenian Street. And the NEC told us we have to vacate the building because there was some major renovation that's going to take place, which we were very agreeable to vacating the building, presuming that when the renovation was over, it's going to take 2 years, we will of course go back and occupy the space. That building has only been the substation. That building was there, I mean, the building was a substation, that's why it was called the substation, electrical substation. The substation was there before the NEC was founded. Substation was there in 1919, the NEC, the National Arts Council, was founded in 1991. But what was the thing that took us by surprise was to later find out that the NEC did not intend for us to go back to the substation as it was. After we voiced our total astonishment, like, what do you mean we're not going back? And so then they said, oh, you want to go back? Oh, all right, you want to go back, you can, but there'll be other tenants. You'll no longer be the sole tenant. So not to get into those details, but for many, many reasons, and after very serious consideration, the board decided that we would close the substation down. At the same time, this was when the necessary stage lost its location in Marine Parade. This was when the Intercultural Theatre Institute, ITI, was also told that its location would be up in question. The reaction of the Arts Committee was so intense and immense and palpable that they said, do not close down the substation. So because of that, the board responded and said, okay, let us have proposals on how the substation could continue. So I just need to quickly update that the substation decided not to close down after all. However, it is in a kind of a fallow period. The old board stepped down, a new board came on, and that new board is now developing the new substation, but it's in transition, and it's very, very quiet right now. So I just want to clarify technically.
Thank you.
Substation lives on. We do not know what form it will take because it doesn't have a place right now. But that's the situation in the substation.
Thank you very much for the clarification. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.